How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome back to another reaction of Epic the Musical. Quick fit check. I am wearing gray-blue, like the ocean. I am wet, like the ocean. My little guy of choice today is wielding a sword, like the ocean. I am fairly positive that at some point in this stupid story, they end up on a boat for an extended period of time. I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet. There's been a lot more land-related stuff going on than I was expecting, but I am dressed in anticipation to set sail. I'm hoping that these next couple of songs get us onto the boat and into the water, and then my outfit will be far more relevant. But regardless, let's get into it. Oh, okay, well this is ominous as heck. Didn't realize I was walking in on the cult of the lamb here. I was gonna use a much stronger word than heck just then, but YouTube doesn't really like when I swear in the first couple of minutes of a reaction, so I typically like to keep my first couple of jokes pretty tame. Okay, goddamn, what the fuck, Epic? Sick blood-red cave of nightmares, guys. Glad we took directions from the bear monsters.
Look at all these sheep. I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I can't believe nobody has a problem with the fact that this cave is blatantly evil. Is nobody curious as to why 1,000 sheep have herded into this cave? Sheep aren't cave creatures. There's nothing for them to eat in here. This isn't a natural cave teeming with wildlife. This is somebody's Minecraft server.
I've gotta hand it to you both. This is quite the treat.
Love the idea of a bloodthirsty Greek soldier calling something quite the treat. That's pretty cute.
Too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Because they're too busy chowing down on heroin apples. I feel like I'm watching a magical version of NCIS. I keep waiting for Ice-T to step in and be like, kids call them street plums. They get you absolutely fucked. Also, is this whole goddamn book about a pessimistic man being right about literally everything and making all of his way more hopeful friends look like chumps in the process? Oh, it's the Cyclops! Let's go! Damn, we are cooking through Percy Jackson novels. Oh, it's Cthulhu, Lord of Nightmares. Let's go. What the hell, Merxie? This isn't a Cyclops, this is a squid's vagina. Why would you make this thing so terrifying? It looks like all of its fingers are broken, and it has a horseshoe crab's asshole for a mouth. In all seriousness, though, I don't think I've ever seen a unique depiction of a Cyclops before. Like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody get the prompt of Cyclops and be like, alright, let me get weird with it for a second here. This is sick. I do love how he's genuinely terrifying, rather than just like a big man with one eye. You know, a design that is objectively less scary and less intimidating than a medium-sized man with two eyes. The Cyclops is such a dumb and lame monster that Merxie has managed to turn into something really interesting. You know what would be cool though? Like as an alternative design? If it had the face of an elephant skull. There's a theory that's been going around for the past couple of years with like no real credibility, but it is worth theorizing about, that the Greeks mistook elephant skulls for Cyclops skulls. Because an elephant skull does just look like a monster. Like a horrifying monster. So having an elephant skull as this monster's head would be a really cool and clever nod to that.
Hey there. We're just travelers. We come in peace.
That's so fucking cool. That was awesome. Dude, Merxie is just once again putting in work. Merxie's just clocking in, putting their lunch in the cooler, sitting down at their desk, and getting to it. I love seeing the Cyclops silently lumber past them. It gives this thing such a terrifying sense of ambiguity. Is it docile? Is it violent? Is it intelligent? Is it angry? Like, the pace of all of this, which is also accented by the music. Like, the song is also moving at the pace of the animatic, but seeing this thing just slowly stalk around them and not really pay them any mind or give them any sense of what it's thinking is so good. This is what I assume seeing a whale for the first time must be like. Like, half of your brain is taken aback by the sheer scale and majesty of it, and the other half of your brain is just like, okay, but do these things eat people? Like, Merxy really just created a design that perfectly matches the tone of the song currently playing.
We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep,
Oh, let's go. Perfect voice for the perfect design.
my favorite sheep.
Oh, its mouth looks like a burlap sack full of centipedes. Also, relax, Ghost Freak. That's your favorite sheep. There's like a million of them in here. Now you're just being dramatic. I wish you were like, you killed my sheep. My favorite sheep. Oh, come on, you can't tell them apart. His name was Bill, and he was a composer of great music. Rest in sheep, Bill, composer of great music. Shut up, Polites, it's not the time.
Gives you the right to deal the pain so deep. Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap?
Banger line. Also love how his eye just turns into a black hole full of tears.
But now you become my meal. A trade you see, take from you like you took from me.
God, this thing is so fucking cool. I don't know if this is just some random ass Cyclops or like King of the Cyclops, but I love how his horns kind of form a crown. He looks like Plankton from SpongeBob, spent a year in the Hex Gate, you know?
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal.
Odysseus. Can I call you Dissy? You know I appreciate a charisma check. But there have been 0 misunderstandings. Wait, there's been a misunderstanding. You didn't kill my sheep? Well, no, we did. I understand. No, you misunderstand, sir!
Now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure.
You're gonna give him Polites? Your finest treasure?
So long as we live alive, you can keep the world's best tasting wine.
I really thought he was gonna feed him the little bear cub. That would have been so funny.
A wine so fresh, you'd never wanna eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way.
I love how the mouth of the cave also kind of looks like the Cyclops' eye. Or mouth. Both of which kind of have that shape. I've been big into mouths of caves looking like things they aren't supposed to look like lately. Ever since that one rose-shaped arcane cave mouth. You know what I mean?
A trade you see, gift from you and a gift from me.
Yes, Dissy! Get him sauced! Why was there something low-key kind of hot about the way Odysseus poured wine into the Cyclops' gaping vagina mouth? Just this slutty, tiny little Greek man pouring his wine down this dude's mouth. Look at that. He's like, yes, drink your wine. I know I said this was hot and then proceeded to do the least erotic voice I've ever done in my life. But I assume you guys are freaks. I know you. You'll agree with me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
Oh my god, I can't believe that actually worked. This whole time, all this thing wanted was a drink to go along with his sheep.
My name is Nobody. Nobody.
Thank you for this gift, stranger. Tell me, what is your name? My name is Don't Fucking Worry About It. Let's get out of here, fellas! What a fucking Bugs Bunny-ass response he gave him. This is a really cool bit, though. Him telling the Cyclops that his name is Nobody is low-key some real Giga Chad energy. I say, as a billion literary historians roll in their graves simultaneously at hearing me use the word Giga Chad in a review of the Odyssey.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Whoa. Wild and weird fucking devil imagery. on Odysseus there.
Your gift I've won to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe cool it with that shit. Not what I would have said. I don't know if he's gonna be cool with that.
You shall be the final man to die.
What?
Yup, Super wasn't cool with it. That's hype. That's pretty hype. What a cool, tense-ass interaction. That was a lot more intelligent than I thought it would be. I didn't think Odysseus going up against the Cyclops would be so clever and like dialogue based. You know what I mean? In every other interpretation of a Cyclops I've seen, it's pretty fucking dumb. Percy Jackson, Xena Warrior Princess, Dragon's Dogma. I admit these aren't great comparisons. Danny, I didn't know you watched and played so many different things. Well, not only do I watch a variety of media, but I actually react to it as well. Maybe, not any of the things I just listed there, although a Percy Jackson reaction would go pretty hard in the future. We're gonna put a little pin in that. But I do react to Disney Channel original movies and a plethora of anime over on my Patreon. Sky High, that's gonna be the first Disney Channel movie reaction that comes out. I don't know if it's out yet, depending on when this video is out, but maybe it's already on my Patreon. If you don't know, check the community post tab on YouTube. I will post about it there. If you don't see a post, it didn't happen yet. Blue Lock, Hell's Paradise, Food Wars, the Ghost Stories dub. All of those reactions are already on my Patreon. There is dozens and dozens of hours of content up there already, along with all of the live streams I've recorded in the past and will record in the future, and access to my private Discord server where you can chat with me and thousands of other members of this wonderful community we've built. If any of that sounds exciting to you, then make sure you consider checking out my Patreon. The link to it will be in the description below. And now, on the next one.
They wait at the beach, and if we're defeated, they're good as dead. Straight ahead, that is who we're fighting.
Is this meant to be a parallel to the first song? Wasn't that sung in like the same rhythm as The Horse and the Infant? The part where he's like, I know that I'm ready, I don't think you're ready.
No chance for support, so draw out your sword. Our foe must be thwarted right here and now.
God, I can't get over how much he looks like my roommate. I can't take this guy seriously.
600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take.
Damn, alright, pop off, Merxy. Pop off with your callbacks and motifs. Pop off with your understanding of the internal conflicts and themes of the Odyssey. So is that the bit? Is the main theme of the Odyssey that Dissy keeps being like, just take one more life and it's all over. We'll finally get to go home. But that keeps snowballing into more and more murders.
Fight! Fight! Fight!
If I ever end up reading the Odyssey, this is going to be my default mental image of what a Cyclops looks like. I don't ever want to see another Cyclops depicted in any way other than this. I want this to universally become the new canon for what a Cyclops looks like. This is such a vast improvement on the original design.
Exhaust him! Don't let him get close! He's strong but he's slow! He can't land a blow if we're out of reach!
It's kind of sad now, isn't it? Now that they've turned fighting the Cyclops into the equivalent of hunting a boar, this fight seems a lot more tragic. Which is funny because the only thing that's changed is how strategically outmatched the Cyclops is. I also shouldn't feel bad because the Cyclops absolutely was the one who started this. Yeah, they killed one of his sheep, but then they gave him wine and then asked to leave. The Cyclops is the one who initiated the fight.
Push forward!
Oh, okay. All right, I see you, Jaeger. That was kinda wild. Super wasn't expecting an Attack on Titan reference in my fucking adaptation of the Odyssey, but I won't say it doesn't fit. Honestly, even the music kinda sounds Attack on Titan adjacent, doesn't it? I love Polites, but what's he doing with a sword? I feel like it's a terrible idea to have a nearsighted Greek soldier, right? Like, those things could fall off at literally any moment. At least design him a pair of combat goggles or something.
Captain. Enough.
Ah! What did I just fucking say about the glasses? No! Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I got one song out of that guy? One song? That's all I get? That was so fast! Curse you, gods! Curse you for giving upon me this blight of foresight! God damn it, I'll never be able to listen with open arms ever again. I fucking knew this would happen! Oh, God damn. You know what else I was correct in? This whole stupid story is one guy being right about everything, and it's me! Don't get directions from meth head Ewoks. Find a different island. Eat some of the lamer soldiers.
He's got a club!
What are our orders? Captain! Captain!
Ugh, this is so good, but I'm so pissed. I do love an everything's falling apart kind of moment. I just wish it wasn't happening 3 videos into this fucking reaction series. This is literally berserk, is it not? At least in terms of pacing. I will say, in the same way, I love the idea of like an action-adventure musical. I also love the idea of a horror musical. This little horror scene is really doing it for me. And I know you're gonna say like, oh, well, Sweeney Todd, the demon of Fleet Street, or whatever. Not scary enough.
600 lives I'll break, and when I kill you, then my fate is over.
I'll be honest, I knew there was gonna be a Cyclops at some point in this story. I didn't think he was gonna be such a big issue. I didn't think he was gonna be this big of a deal. I thought he was just a big guy with poor depth perception. I've read Sea of Monsters. I know how this is supposed to go down. Somebody's supposed to woo him in drag, and then the Cyclops takes them away to Shell City. I didn't think it was gonna be the Greek equivalent of summoning Cthulhu. I do, once again though, really love this, not just from the animatic perspective, but from like the perspective of the song, and I guess probably the perspective of the Odyssey. But I love the idea of taking a monster that I, for my entire life, thought was pretty lame and making him something harrowing. I do think if he looked like a generic, traditional Cyclops, I wouldn't feel as jazzed about it, though. Like, I do love 600 lives I'll take. That's really hype. I love the idea that it's like, Odysseus made a huge mistake giving this guy just a little piece of information about him. Just giving him even a little bit of the truth. Odysseus fucked up. And I like the idea that the Cyclops is this, like, cataclysmic threat. When, again, I thought he was just, like, a nothing-ass mini-boss. But it really is helping having him be this, like, you know, king crab-looking monster. The music also is doing a lot of heavy lifting, though. Like, they gave him such a cool voice. The pacing and tone of his lines are all really good.
I'm here and now, escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day, now die.
Hot take? I don't think any of these guys deserve this. What hubris is being punished here? They made a mistake, and then they apologized for it. What's the lesson? What happened? What, he ran out of batter? Oh my god, was the wine poisoned? Did he poison the wine? That would be so fucking good. Okay, because if he poisoned the wine, then maybe Odysseus deserves this. At least from, like, a cosmic sense. Like, from God's perspective, he deserves this. The soldiers don't, but Odysseus does. But from, like, the ground level, from, like, a mortal perspective, he doesn't deserve any of this. Because the Cyclops didn't know the wine was poisoned, so, like, the Cyclops is still the one most at fault. But again, from, like, a theological perspective, this is Odysseus' punishment. Him poisoning the monster would also make a lot of sense from a strategic standpoint, because then Dissy and all of his boys could come in and, one, like, eat all of the sheep, but then two, now you got a big monster you can also eat. And I bet he tastes like crab. Anyway, that is Survive and Polyphemus, I believe. Both animated by Merxy, the absolute fucking goat. I can't believe Polyphemus doesn't have more views, or at least more likes. I was judging the previous videos on likes. This is pretty sick. Like, this is pretty sick. Survive has a lot more likes, which is good, but both of these, dude, man, what a great design. What great animation. I love the Attack on Titan bit. I like all the imagery of Odysseus, like, becoming a devil. It reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5. I love the red cave. Like, this cave is nightmarish, and I love it for that. I am wondering how other fan animators interpreted this scene. I'm planning on doing some, like, live streams where I, like, go over other people's animatics live with you guys. But yeah, like, I don't know, I can't imagine this being topped. This is so well done. This is so hype. I love the pacing of the music. Like, I'm excited to listen to this song without the animation, but this bit over here when it first shows up is so good, and it's just slipping on by with its gross broken ass fingers. Man, this was hype. I can't believe Polites dies this early on. Like, what, 5 or 6 songs in? I can't believe I was right about the goddamn foreshadowing. Oh, damn it, dude. I loved his song. I loved his character. And he's gone? Are there no characters in this? It's just gonna be Odysseus? That was brutal. That was brutal. But I love that I feel like a lot of times I'll see something that I think is, like, harrowing foreshadowing, and it's just a character genuinely being optimistic, and I always get annoyed. Like, I love shit like this, where it's like, you get one song of things being really happy, and then you're just fucking beat over the head with the cruelties of life. So that was sick. Huge points to the Odyssey in terms of, like, being a story there. I really want to read the Odyssey. I won't. It's like 1 billion pages, and I have, like, I own at least 20 books that I'm supposed to read before. You know, like, I've bought at least 20 books that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read this, like, before 2026, without a doubt. And I just won't. Anyway, yeah, great stuff. I think Survive is probably the better of the two. I don't know, though. I don't know. I can't believe this one's listened to so much less than Survive. I feel like there's such companion pieces. My headcanon, Polyphemus did accept the wine as penance for the sheep. His carnivorous rage that followed was just for the eye for... Yeah, that's my headcanon too. I knew that wasn't gonna go well. I'll save reading the comments for live streams, I do. But, like, also, last thing, doesn't he look like a Muppet here? I thought this when I saw it, but I didn't say anything. Isn't this a Muppety ass looking frame? But yeah, it's really good. It's really well done. I don't know if I have a clear favorite in terms of songs. I'll have to listen to them separately. But in terms of, like, animatics, like, there's a lot of great imagery. Just phenomenal imagery. Like, get Merxy to animate this as a show, if it ever gets to that level. All this is great. This also has good imagery. Like, that's awesome. That's really good. That's good. But they're comparable. I don't know. I just don't know. This was great when he blinks and it's the Cyclops. It's all great. I'm pretty floored. I'm gonna be honest. This is all pretty sick shit. I'm gonna release this as its own video because I'm already at like an hour's worth of recording time, but I may just jump right into recording the next video right now. We'll see. Because this is pretty good shit. People have told me, like, oh, don't split the sagas up into 2 videos. That'd be like stopping in the middle of an episode of a show. So far, I highly disagree. Splitting them up the way that Mortius has split it up for me definitely feels natural. Like, this is a good cliffhanger to end on. If this were a show, I'd put these 2 episodes together. Like, I wouldn't stuff this whole thing into one. This is just such a great cliffhanger to leave on. It's so harrowing and it's so scary. But anyway, that's gonna be the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see me react to, and I will see you guys next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little closer? Will I live for now? I wrote down what you said to me, baby, but can't make what you will.